Congratulations, man, on being vice president.
Thanks, man. That's awesome.
That's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just can't even, I can believe it, but it's just like.
I can't.
You can't?
No, man. It's crazy.
What about that the first night you won? What did y'all do? Y'all get high? Y'all didn't get high on that.
If I did, I wouldn't say it for public consumption. No,
dude,
I did not get high. I did not get high. I mean, I did have a fair amount to drink that night.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude,
but,
first time I stayed at a Hampton Inn that had 2 beds, it was double beds in one room. We fucking hit it.
You got to find an excuse to celebrate whenever one arises. But
take us down that night.
Okay, all right. Here's what happened. So we're in Mar-a-Lago. Okay, so first of all, we had a puppy about 18 months ago. Okay, and I didn't even think about it, but the puppy's birthday is November the 5th. Which happens to be the day of the election. So our puppy's first birthday is November the 5th. So we're at Mar-a-Lago with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump has his chef send our dog a birthday cake. And I'm so nervous. I'm thinking about the election results, and I'm trying to get, I'm calling my guys up and saying, oh, do we have any early returns? Like, what's going on? And this like rice dog birthday cake shows up at Mar-a-Lago, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? The president, it's interesting. He compartmentalizes things very well. So he just doesn't get like really stressed out. He's very stoic about everything, right? Whereas I was a little bit more nervous. So anyway, polls close. I'm sitting there with like my wife and all my best friends from back home come down to Mar-a-Lago to watch, except for my one buddy, Nate. I still give him crap because Nate couldn't make the trip.
Why?
He couldn't make the trip, man. He had to take care of his kid or something like that. He's a good dude. Love
Put
Nate.
his kid in a van, dude. You have to go to that.
And do what with her?
Huh? Pay the valet to help out. I don't know.
Anyway,
sorry, Nate.
So we're
Never mind. I don't know him. Go on,
trust
sir.
me. Nate's a good dude. Nate's a good dude. He's a fan of yours, actually.
Oh, give him a hug for me.
So we're watching the election returns, and I'm getting updates because it's crazy, dude. There's a whole data apparatus that is feeding information into the central campaign. So like whatever the media is reporting on, we're like 15 minutes ahead of time. And we're asking questions like, oh, I'll never forget this. There's this one little county in Indiana that produced election results early. And we were like, oh my God, we did so much better in that county than we did in 2020 or even 2016. Yeah. And so that's a pretty good sign. And what happened is as these counties trickle in, you realize we're doing way better than we did even in 2016. Like, oh my God, Donald Trump's going to be the president and I'm going to be the vice president of the United States. And that was nuts. And I was actually with my wife. What'd you do? Did
you put your hands in your pockets or what'd you even do?
I don't know what I did with my hands, man. It was like, Talladega Nights, right? I'm just not sure what to do with my hands all night. So we go over to the hotel where they're doing like the victory celebration. And I'm there with like Don Jr. and Tucker Carlson and a few other people who are sort of in the world of politics. And they called Pennsylvania. And I didn't realize that, like the TV called Pennsylvania. And I didn't realize it. I was just talking to my wife and the crowd goes wild. So you hear people cheering and I'm like, what the hell happened? And I look over the TV. I'm like, oh my God, it's official. And that was one of the craziest moments.
God.
Yeah. The feeling at that moment, one, it was incredible. But then you have this overwhelming sense of like, oh my God, we're the dog that caught the car, right? And now you have to do a good job. Yeah. And it's not like some random job. It's like a really important job. And so I just had this kind of sense of, oh my God, this is real now.
Well, you're moving to another class of society. I mean, shit, your dog's used to getting cakes for his birthday now. You know what I'm saying? Like, things are changing, man. Do you stay, where do you stay at? Because if the president stays in the White House, where do you stay at?
Yeah, so you should come visit. You have an open invitation. The president actually gives me crap about this because he says, sometimes I think you have a nicer house than I do. We stay at a place we call it the VPR, the Vice President's Residence, but it's in the Naval Observatory. So we've got like probably 40 or so acres of completely private space.
In an observatory?
Yeah, and
you
across
damn
the street.
Peeping Tom, huh?
That's right.
Bro,
no,
bring me
not.
in, dude.
Peeping Tom on stars and
dude, I got a small ladder. I'll set that whole neighborhood ablaze.
That's a picture of our house,
dude. Nobody will buy a new bra in that neighborhood without me knowing it, dude. I swear to God, brother.
The telescopes are pointed towards the stars, Theo.
Hey, wait.
But anyway, so we live there. So we got 3 little kids and, like I said, a dog.
Wow,
and
it's so cool.
It's very cool. So we did actually. So a couple weeks ago, the president invited me and my wife. We had I think it was my stepmom was in town, And the president invited me and my wife to stay in the Lincoln bedroom. And I was like, oh, that's like really cool. Of course I want to go stay at the Lincoln bedroom. So apparently, though, a vice president had never stayed at the White House with the president before. And so the Secret Service wasn't totally sure what to do because they didn't have like the processes. But yeah, we went to the White House. We stayed at the Lincoln bedroom.
Did y'all stay up late?
We did actually, but because it was kind of scary. Right? I mean, you're like laying in the room. There's a desk where, the president's like, that's the desk where Lincoln wrote the Emancipation Proclamation. Like, I thought it would be cooler and more fun, but you're kind of just laying in there and it's like, there are ghosts. Feels like there's ghosts everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just a kind of a creepy feeling to be in the literal bedroom of Abraham Lincoln. I mean, you think about it, that dude went to the Ford's Theater to go see a play, left that room, but never came back, right? That's that's creepy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Speaking of Frederick Douglass.
Yeah. And
we've come full circle.
Look, I'll just say this. There's photos when he was signing that, you saw Frederick in the distance, just biggest
really
smile.
Happy, biggest smile.
Biggest smile in the joint. So damn, you slept. So you might be the first vice president that ever slept in the White House?
That's what they told us. I don't know, that's maybe it had happened like 30 years ago, but.
Did y'all stay up late with the Trumps and watch a movie or anything? Or like, what did you got? Play a game or anything?
So the White House is a movie theater. The president was busy, but my wife and I went and watched Gladiator 2 in the White House movie theater. That's right.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. It wasn't as good as Gladiator 1. I thought that's just one man's opinion.
Yeah, but it's way better when you're the vice president watching.
Yeah, that's right. In the White House movie theater.
Oh, dude, it's shitty. But if you're the vice president watching it, when you get to the end of the movie, you're still the vice president.
You're still the vice president.
So that's pretty
right.
dope,
yeah,
dude.
That's right. So yeah, we stayed up late, watched a movie. The food's really good. So there's like a fancy chef at the White House. I mean, it's the White House.
And he stays up all night?
Well, I don't know how late he stays, but if you order anything at any time of night, they will just bring it to you.
Oh my
God.
I gotta get there. Thankfully, at least we're at Kid Rock's bar. So, so I was like,
that's right.
I'm headed in a good direction. We are at Kid Rock's restaurant. I do want to say that it's a new restaurant. Well, it's a refinement of Joe Muir Seafood, which is a famous restaurant in Nashville, and he graced us by letting us have this room here to do this.
Okay.
So I want to
thank you, Bob Ritchie, also known as Kid Rock, for letting us have this beautiful space. He told me it had only been open for 2 days.
Really?
I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was here at a freaking welcome party or something. I think I was here last night.
Nice.
Yeah. What the dude? I was freaking in here last night.
You're the welcoming party, which was last night because it's only been open for 2 days. It's good. So how was the food?
The food, I will say this actually, there's steaks that they have these little bitty mushrooms, and I feel like they were, I don't want to say this out loud, but they were too young to be picked or whatever. But it was really good.
It's good?
Really, really good. Is it what you thought it would be? Is it different once you got in there? Are things that different?
It's about what I thought it would be. I mean, at this point, right, I know the president pretty well, and I knew that he had a lot of trust in me. And again, the role of the vice president is very derivative of what the president is doing. So if the president has trust in you, if he gives you a task and just lets you go and do it, that's kind of what your job is. And it's been a lot of fun. Like, I've traveled all over the world. I think we've done a lot of good work for the American people, which of course is the most important part. I mean, there are little things that I will take some time getting used to. So like, we got 3 little kids. Our son just turned 8 yesterday, actually. And then we have a 5-year-old son and a 3-year-old baby girl. And our 8-year-old son he's a little bit of an introvert, I think. And so he doesn't love the attention. But then our 5-year-old son is a little bit more like me. So he'll roll off the airplane, waving, saying hello to everybody. And having Secret Service around is kind of a crazy experience. Like, they're all good dudes and I love them, but it's also kind of unusual to just walk outside your house and there's always somebody, walking with you. That's kind of weird.
Oh, definitely. I think,
I mean, we went back to go chat for, 5 minutes just before this thing started. And, I was like, don't worry guys, Theo doesn't have a gun. At least I hope you don't.
No, they checked me.
We're in deep shit, man.
They checked me. Somebody kissed me on the way and I was like, that's part of it?
One of the Secret Service
No,
agents?
I'm joking. But I was like, what's your secret, buddy, huh?